Hello and welcome live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the southeastern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top story making the rounds at the moment. The heat appears to be turned heavier on terrorist networks in Borno State as troops of Operation Hiding Kai intercepted a suspected foreign drug courier allegedly transporting illicit drugs, alcoholic beverages and other prohibited items believed to be destined for terrorist groups operating in the Lake Chad Islands. The suspect, identified as a 48-year-old Chadian national, was arrested during a search operation along the Maiduguri-Mungunu Road in Borno State. Military authorities say the recovered items, valued at millions of naira, could have strengthened terrorist logistics. The suspect remains in military custody as investigations continue before handover to the appropriate law enforcement agency. We start off in Abia State as the Dr. Alex Oti-led administration through the Ministry of Industry and SMEs has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening micro, small and medium enterprises through the development of a comprehensive MSME policy that will provide a clear institutional and legal framework for enterprise development across the state. Speaking during the Nigeria Business Summit regional tour and the commemoration of World MSME Day, organized by the Abia State government in partnership with Stanbic IBTC Bank, the governor of Abia State, represented by the Commissioner for Industry and SMEs, Michael Akbara, said MSMEs are the backbone of economies around the world, driving job creation, stimulating innovation, reducing poverty, expanding local production, and strengthening economic resilience.
Our objective is to create an enabling environment where business starts, grow, compete, and access markets locally and internationally. Today, I am pleased to highlight 3 strategic initiatives that will redefine the MSME ecosystem in Abia State. One is the Abia State MSME policy. For the first time, Abia is developing a comprehensive MSME policy that will provide a clear institutional and legal framework for enterprise development across the state. The policy will establish strategic priorities for business formalization, access to finance, and that is the reason why you have Stanbic IBTC here today. They will make access to finance easy for MSMEs.
On her part, the head of enterprise banking at Stanbic IBTC Bank, Jumoke Bello, said the financial institution partnered with the Abia State government because of its belief that small and medium-sized businesses remain the engine of Nigeria's economy. She commended the state government for creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
MSMEs are an engine of growth for any economy. If you do ignore MSMEs, then you are definitely not keen into that development. They are the ones driving innovation, they are the ones, their contribution to GDP is not in doubt. The contribution to employment is also unwavering. So supporting MSMEs and ensuring MSMEs thrive can only ensure and guarantee the growth of the economy.
To the healthcare sector in Enugu State, as no fewer than 4 private hospitals have been sealed in Enugu North local government area for their failure to obtain the required license for their services and for not meeting necessary regulatory requirements. The public relations officer of the Ministry of Health, Mrs. Chidiogo Ugodu, says the facilities were sealed as the ministry intensifies its monitoring of private facilities across the state as part of efforts to ensure quality healthcare delivery and compliance with regulatory standards. A team of senior directors at the Ministry of Health discovered the infractions during an unscheduled inspection to different health facilities. Officials say the monitoring exercise is aimed at ensuring that all private hospitals and healthcare providers operating in the state comply with statutory requirements, which include the renewal of operating licenses and proper registration of facilities that are yet to be captured by the regulatory authorities. Now, ahead of the 2027 general elections, a political support group, Renewed Hope for Greater Nigeria, has formally unveiled its Southeast chapter, calling on the people of the Southeast to support President Bola Tinubu's re-election bid. The group says it has already established grassroots structures across the 5 Southeast states to drive mobilization for the president. Our correspondent, Itokwe Kute, has the details.
With the 2027 elections drawing closer, political mobilization is continuing to gather momentum across the country as opposition parties strategize to wrestle power from the ruling party. Those rooting for an APC presidential election victory are leaving nothing to chance. One of such groups is the Renewed Hope for Greater Nigeria, which is unveiling its Southeast structure, a grassroots movement designed to mobilize support for President Bola Tinubu's re-election. The group boasts of a network that spans the 5 Southeast states, with structures already in place at the state, senatorial district, local government and ward levels.
We announced that in the coming weeks, Renewed Hope for Greater Nigeria Southeast will inaugurate a 50-man boot army at every single polling booth across the Southeast. This is not a symbolic gesture. It is a serious, disciplined, grassroots deployment whose mandate is twofold: the mobilization of voters for President Tinubu and the protection of the mandate that Ndi Igbo will cast on election day.
Leaders of the group believe that the Tinubu administration has taken steps to address long-standing concerns in the Southeast, citing ongoing federal road projects, the Southeast Development Commission, increased allocations of states, following fuel subsidy reforms, and ongoing efforts towards state policing.
Under President Tinubu, state police is now at an advanced stage of implementation nationally, and when it arrives, it will hand our governors, Igbo governors, answerable to Igbo people, the tools to secure Igbo land in ways Abuja never could. The Enugu-Makurdi Road, our zone's vital link to the north and a route abandoned for years, is now under active construction. The Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, left to decay through multiple administrations while our people risk their lives daily on its craters, is being rebuilt. The Enugu-Maya Highway and dozens of other federal roads across our zone are being reborn.
As political activities gradually build up ahead of the 2027 general elections, the group promises to intensify its grassroots mobilization across communities, campuses, and markets in the Southeast, expressing confidence that the region will play a significant role in the outcome of the presidential poll. Iyitokwe Kuteyi, Channels Television News.
To electoral issues, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has challenged political party leaders, civil society organizations and community heads to aggressively mobilize citizens at the grassroots to participate in the newly introduced online self-service voter registration platform. This charge was the focal point of a crucial stakeholder interactive meeting held at INEC headquarters in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, where participants were trained on the new system but raised strong concerns regarding rural illiteracy and limited timelines.
As the countdown to the upcoming electoral cycles continue, the electoral umpire is leaning heavily on technological innovations to ease civic participation. This high-level stakeholder meeting at the INEC headquarters in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, focuses on the latest online self-service voter registration portal. The resident electoral commissioner, Onyeka Pauline Ugrochi, tasked community leaders to lead the charge in mobilizing potential voters.
The essence of this meeting is you are going to take whatever we have said today to your respective communities. Ebonyi is our place. There's no place that is sweeter than Ebonyi for all of you that are indigenous of this place. Let us eschew, let us forget about this is PDP, this is APC, this is this. Let us get what we want first. So let us do our own by encouraging our people, even the young ones, let them know that this is their civic rights. Nobody will take it away from them.
The key part of the session is a step-by-step process on how to initiate applications, upload documents, and perform biometric capture.
So we have to build in a lot of security architecture into this process, because it's a new innovation, and when you bring in new innovations into a commission as sensitive as INEC, these hackers are very, you know what I'm talking about.
Stakeholders agree that the high rate of digital and basic illiteracy in rural communities poses a huge threat to the success of self-service initiatives.
I am suggesting, I'm advising,
Yes,
that INEC should still liaise with the local government area chairman so that self-support can now be disintegrated and localized, so that there will be people who will be helping the illiterate women in the villages. Some of them don't really have at soon. So there will be stations where people will be placed to assist. Otherwise, you are going to lose so many voters who are eligible for voting.
You can't introduce self-service registration when you know the level of illiteracy in our villages today. I still urge that they should designate somebody that should assist people to do that. Not minding that doing it on a self ground. But let there be someone through the EOs that should be in those various communities to assist them to do it. Majority of the problem we're having in various communities today is what the issue of network. Some communities you find it difficult to get network, and it's obvious. You can't deny that.
In light of these challenges, the forum strongly appeals to the Commission for an extension of the program to allow for deep-rooted grassroots sensitization.
The timing is too short. You just introduce this online registration now, and then you are giving us 2 weeks. So I'm appealing to INEC to find a way to extend it so that we can get more people on board to register.
The meeting concludes with a resolution calling on INEC to partner with traditional rulers, local youth groups, and media outlets to broadcast step-by-step registration guidelines in indigenous languages, ensuring an inclusive electoral process.
So the war on crime. The Imo State Police Command has arrested 2 suspected kidnap kingpins who have been on the command's watch list for a long period of time. The suspects, 28-year-old Confidence Vitalis from Ukugba in Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State, and 32-year-old Ishaya Rejoice from Emoha in River State, were said to have been arrested along with 7 other suspected members of their gang during a raid on a suspected kidnappers and terrorist hideout in the Egbema River Creek. Parading the suspects at the Imo State Police Command in Owerri, the Imo State's capital, the Commissioner of Police, Auduboso, says the operation follows an intelligence report and confessional statements gotten from suspects. Recovered from the hideout are 1 AK-47 rifle, 4 AK-47 magazines, 16 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition, 3 locally made cut-to-size guns, 16 live cartridges, an empty Beretta magazine, 20 rounds of GPMG ammunition, human skulls, and assorted criminal charms.
On 7th July 2026, acting on credible intelligence, operatives of the Imo State Police Command stormed the Biaku swamps in Ohaji Egbema local government area, where they recover an additional catchy of 346 rounds of live ammunition, comprising 122 rounds of AK ammunition, 148 rounds of M16 rifle ammunition, and 76 rounds of 96 Beretta pistol ammunition. The operative also recovered 7 magazines comprising 4 AK-47 rifle magazine and 3 M16 rifle magazines, respectively. These achievements are a clear demonstration of the command resolve to deny criminal elements any safe haven within Imo State. I want to assure Indi Imo that Imo State Police Command remains fully committed to protecting lives and property. We will sustain intelligence-led operations across all parts of state until every criminal network is dismantled and those responsible are brought to justice.
Now we head to grassroots politics. The leadership of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, in Awka North local government area of Anambra State has resolved its post-primary election disagreements and pledged to work as a united front ahead of the 2027 general elections. The reconciliation meeting, convened by the mayor of Awka North, Thangod Anago, brought together the party's local government executives, chairman of the 10 electoral wards, traditional rulers, candidates for the national and state assembly elections, and many stakeholders at Achala, the local government headquarters.
The joyful mood in Achala, the headquarters of Awka North local government area of Anambra State, seems to be a clear indication that all is well with the All Progressives Grand Alliance. This gathering of local government executives, chairmen of the 14 electoral wards, traditional rulers, candidates for the national and state assembly elections, and other party faithful focuses on restoring unity following disagreements that trails the ABGA primary elections in the state.
We're here for a get-together, and it's for conviviality so that things can go smoothly. In Awka North, we can see that the primary election is over, even though during that time, we all had our personal interests and tried to protect it too. Now the primary is over. What it entails is that we are back to our united front again. No ill feels or running down of individuals. So what I'm saying as the local government party chairman is that all the 23 wards executives, all the local government officers, all ward stakeholders should know that the primary election is over. Let nobody feel bad anymore. We all had interests during the primaries. It was keenly contested for. We voted and results announced. So we need to pull ourselves together, congratulate ourselves, and forge ahead. I repeat, nobody is defeated and nobody defeated anybody, because we have one thing, and that is ABGA. ABGA is our son and brother. Shall we leave it to fall? If you are aggrieved, please forgive. That's what we are here for.
To strengthen the essence of the meeting, some of the National and State Assembly candidates urged the people to unite ahead of the elections in 2027.
I come with deep and profound gratitude. I also appeal to you for support, because the fight ahead is huge, but God will give us victory in Jesus' name. Amen.
ABGA is fully prepared in the next upcoming election. We assure our governor that all the seats will be total clearance for ABGA. We are not actually competing with any other party. This is our state. 100% it is total vote that ABGA will deliver. Any candidate or the flag bearers of ABGA is fully assured of the winning. We are fully prepared.
Addressing the gathering, the mayor of Awka North local government area announces that all grievances have now been resolved. He says members have unanimously passed a vote of confidence on the party's candidates for the National Assembly and State Assembly elections, while also mobilizing support for President Bola Tinubu's re-election.
We are going to take the seat of Anambra State House of Assembly. We are going to take the seat of Federal House of Representatives and the seat of Senate, and still win the election from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as directed by Professor Masoludo, our national leader.
The meeting closes with a renewed pledge by party leaders and traditional rulers to strengthen its structure and deepen engagement with communities across Awka North ahead of elections next year.
The youth wing of the Anambra State Town Union's Council, Ashtok Youth, has honored 9 outstanding individuals drawn from the 9 communities in Awka South local government area for their exemplary leadership, mentorship and contributions to community development. The event, held at Emmaus House in Awka, the Anambra State capital, also featured the unveiling of the Ashtok 12 Articles of Faith in the Anambra project by the Anambra State Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyeka Chukwu Ibezim, who, alongside the President General of the Association, Ken Okoli, urged youths to imbibe the Anambra spirit and shun criminality, embrace integrity, discipline and hard work, and take inspiration from the community role models.
Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim joins the youth wing of the Anambra State Town Unions Council, ASTUC, for the 2026 unveiling and honoring of community role models in Awka South local government area. This recognition is aimed at celebrating individuals whose lives exemplify excellence, sacrifice, and positive leadership, while promoting the core values captured in the I Believe in Anambra publication, which highlights patriotism, self-reliance, justice, dignity of labor, tolerance, and love.
Candidates for governance, value system, and the orientation of young people. Every young person today that is living in Anambra State youth in their community knows these proper values. And this time, we are going to local government councils to identify them, celebrate them at that level. Because a site or a community without role model is like a community that is raising gangsters, terrorists.
Political leaders, traditional rulers, youth stakeholders, community representatives, among others, listen with rapt attention as various speakers call on young people to embrace integrity, accountability, hard work, and selfless service as the foundation for self-growth and sustainable community development.
Today, we celebrate our distinguished role models, drawn from the 9 communities of Awka South. These are individuals who have consistently demonstrated outstanding character and have distinguished themselves as pillars of support, mentors, philanthropists, teachers, counselors, and community builders. Through their sacrifices and achievements, they have inspired hope and shown our young people that success is built on hard work. A role model is that person, you, myself, that your behavior, especially from your room to your compound, to your village, to your community, those behaviors, is it something that one can say, yes, I want to be like this person?
The Anambra State Deputy Governor commends the Association for living up to the mandate of the Solution mantra, which upholds hard work and value for human life.
When we see people doing this kind of work, bringing out our values, the Anambra person is very hardworking, loves God, above all, has value for life. So I want to thank you on behalf of Mr. Governor for this good work. My presence here is to lay credence to what you're doing, showing you that you're in the right path and we're strongly behind you. Yes.
He is joined by the President General of the Youth Wing of ASTUC to unveil the association's 12 Articles of Faith, a blueprint for value reorientation and responsible citizenship in line with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's Solution Agenda. The 9 community role models of Awka South local government also receive awards and portraits of the ASTUC 12 Articles of Faith.
I thank the youth wing of my community for the opportunity given me today as their youth model, and I promise them on my own capacity that I will help them more.
It's a fair consensus in Anambra that instituting role models within communities will strengthen value-based leadership and youth development across the state.
The newly elected leadership of the Niger Delta Students' Union government, led by its national president, Wisdom Ikechukwu, has applauded the administration of President Bola Tinubu for what it described as student-friendly reforms aimed at improving access to education, particularly through the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. Delivering his inaugural address during the inauguration of the 7th National Executive Council of NID-SUG in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, Mr. Wisdom singled out the Nigerian Education Loan Fund as a major intervention, saying the initiative has expanded educational opportunities for Nigerian students. He urged the federal government to sustain and strengthen the program to ensure that financial constraints do not deny deserving students access to quality higher education.
On behalf of the entire Niger Delta student community, I sincerely appreciate the President and the Commander-in-Chief of all armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for the various studentship-friendly policies introduced by the administration, particularly the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund scheme. The NEL Fund initiative represents a significant intervention in expanding access to higher education by providing financial support to desiring Nigerian students. We encourage the federal government to sustain the continuously improve this initiative to ensure that no Nigerian students are denied quality education because of financial constraints.
Also speaking, the Abia State Commissioner for Sports and Youth Development called on the newly elected leadership of the Niger Delta Students' Union government to serve with integrity and run a transparent administration.
On behalf of our dear Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, and his government, the good people of Abia State, I thank all of you here today for making this happen. It's an epic. Your job as the leadership is a call to serve. You serve with honesty, dignity, and with vision. You should listen to people that you are leading, because a leader is also a servant, and also need to collaborate with people you're leading. So for me, I don't have too much to say. I want to thank everybody here and say that wish you luck in your governance, and hopefully it will be a fantastic one. Thank you very much.
And that's where we drop the encore on this edition of Newsroom Series. For updates, kindly visit our website at www.channelstv.com. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Enjoy the rest of your day.